What's going on, my good people? It's out here on my walk, man. A little bit cool out here. Houston experiencing a little bit of slight wind this morning. But anyways, I want to speak on something. I ain't want to be out here that long talking about it. But this is for my business owners, people that want to go into business, people that want to take their business to the next level. What I want to say to you is, do everything with love in your heart. Do everything with great intention. When you do it with love and when you do it with great intention, the customer can see it. The customer can feel it. You know, when they taste my product, they can feel the love that went into the product. I can't even make my product in a bad mood. If I make my product in a bad mood, the results show within the product. So when you do something with good intention, when you do it from your heart, it always works out for the best, man. Always remember that when you trying to go into business, don't do anything out of spite. Don't do something to get back at somebody else. Oh, I'm gonna start a business I can do it better than them. That's not a good reason to go into business, to shine on somebody else, to upstand somebody else. You're going into business because this is the business for you. This is the one God pushed you into. This is the one that you've been prepared for. You're not doing this for nobody else. You're doing this for your purpose, for your legacy. And when you do it for your purpose and your legacy, you're doing it from the heart. You're doing it because the intention is to serve God through this business. See what I'm saying? We don't do things out of bad intentions. We don't do things out of hatefulness. If you're trying to get back at somebody, you only gonna be hurting yourself. That's usually how it works in life, man. When you're a rebel, most people that's a rebel, you mad because your parents didn't give you the best, or they didn't have money for you, or they didn't have a lot of time for you, or they didn't come to your ball games or nothing like that. They never supported you. And you try to get back at them by destroying yourself. You be like, I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna destroy myself to show them. How does that usually work out? Most of these people be getting on drugs. They be having sex early. They be like totally rebelling against their parents because they think that they can hurt their parents by hurting themselves. And who did they end up hurting in the crossroads? They hurt themselves. You get to go through the pain of hurting yourself. Business is the same way. If you start a business out of bad intention, out of spite, it happens that same way. It'll never grow because you started it out of a hateful position. So you're going to get hateful results. If you started with hateful intentions, you're going to get hateful intentions in reverse. That's kind of how this universe works. Everything works by the law. Always remember that. So when you start your business, you're starting your business with a purpose. Sometimes customers ain't gonna walk in the door immediately. That's okay. You gotta keep it moving. Sometimes you're not gonna sell all the product you didn't produce. That's okay. We gotta keep it moving. Sometimes we gotta work on different things, different aspects about ourselves. I'm working on that myself in business. I need to work on getting better marketing out for myself. This is just an aspect of what we do. Because when you start a business, you have to put yourself totally out there. And if you don't have good intentions, people will notice it immediately. So you got to take into mind all of these things. And I'm steadily learning myself, man, like, hey, you don't put yourself out there, nobody's going to put you out there, man. You have to set yourself on top. But when you get on top, or when you on your way up and somebody discovers you, make sure that your intentions are pure. Make sure that you have love for this thing that you do. And that's the way that usually people get discovered. They have a love for what they do. They started this thing with good intention. That don't mean there's always going to be good intention, but it starts off with good intention and love in your heart. You got to love the product that you're putting out there. You got to love the service. If you are in security, you got to love protecting people. You can't get into security and be like, man, goddamn, they want to be protected again. You got to really love what you do, man. And so this is a lesson that I've learned through life, man. If you go into things with good intention, you always get good things out. And you might not see the fruit in the beginning, but eventually the fruit will come. I remember I started a clothing line. This clothing line was an extension of another person's clothing line that had jacked me out some money. I had invested some money with them and the business didn't go right. So we took a piece of their name and started a clothing company. And so like when my sister was helping me with the business, she kept saying, well, they doing this, we got to do this. They doing this, we got to. And the thing is, in this business, we never ran our own race. It was always, they doing this, so we have to do something now. We got to hit back. And all that hit back ended up costing me a bunch of money because it was not done with good intention. Had I just started this business with good intention, it would have worked out. If we did it thinking that, okay, we're going to set up a legacy with this thing, we're going to take it to the next level, it would have worked out. If it had been love, it been started out of love, I believe it would have succeeded. But it was just a lesson in there to tell me, you can't just start something with bad intentions and with no love in it and have it work out. It'll be successful. Whatever you think success is, it'll be successful, but it won't last. Because when you do something out of love, man, you get up every day and you want to do it. Like when I'm making tea cakes, man, I do this thing for free. I be giving stuff out to people. When people order stuff sometimes, man, I just give them extra stuff just for free. It's what I love to do. I love to see the happiness in people's faces when they taste my product. It's just what I do. It's what I love to do. And so when you get into that love part of the business, when you get into having things with good intention, it's always going to succeed. I said this in 2014 about my business. I said, and this is before it was even a business. This was just when I was learning the recipe. I said, it's $1 million recipe. And I ain't fell short of that thinking to this day. I still feel this is going to be the business that sets my family right. I always remember that. I start with the end goal in mind. And we work the plan from the beginning all the way to the end. Eventually, one day, it's going to be a business I hand over to my children. And they'll take it to the next level. See what I'm saying? So let this be a little lesson to you guys, man. When you start something, do it with good intention, man. Do it with love in your heart. With a good God intended purpose for the business to help others. Peace out.